Welcome to the Artswork Experience International Student Orientation video. This short video is designed to provide further support and clarification to international students enrolled in Artswork Experience. Congratulations on being accepted into Artswork Experience, or AW for short. We are thrilled to have you join, and we want to ensure a smooth transition as you embark on your journey in AW. This video will provide detailed information for international students and outline the specific steps you need to take before gaining access to the AW job board on Campus Bridge. In this video, we will discuss the details of uploading your study permit information to BearTracks, applying for your Social Insurance Number or SIN, the international student tuition and costs associated with securing a work term, as well as some additional information to ensure you are prepared for the next steps in AW. You will also find relevant resources and information in the AW welcome email sent to you by your Work Experience Coordinator upon acceptance into AW. If after watching this video and completing the AW pre-employment course, you are unsure if AW is the right fit for you, please contact your Work Experience Coordinator. As of April 2026, international students no longer require a co-op work permit to be eligible to complete a work term. It is now directly embedded within your study permit. However, in order to be eligible to participate in a work experience program, you must meet the following conditions. You have conditions printed on your initial study permit that say you're allowed to work on campus. You have a letter from your designated learning institution, DLI, that confirms the work placement is a requirement of your study program. You have a valid study permit, or you applied to extend your study permit before it expired. You're a full-time student at the Designated Learning Institution, DLI, in a post-secondary academic, vocational, or professional training program. The work placement of your study program totals 50% or less of your study program. Additionally, in order to be eligible to participate in AW, you will be required to update your immigration information in BearTracks before you gain access to the AW job board and complete an AW work term. Update immigration information. Before receiving access to the AW job board on Campus Bridge and applying for positions, you are required to update your immigration information on BearTracks. You must input your study permit expiration information so that the AW team can confirm your work term eligibility. This is also a great way for you to get reminders of your permit expiry dates so you can plan ahead for extensions. To upload your study permit expiry date, go to BearTracks, visit your profile, click on Immigration Information, and finally select Update Documents. After you have updated this information, please email your Work Experience Coordinator so they can update your access to the AW job board. If you are unsure how to update your immigration information or have any concerns, please reach out to your Work Experience Coordinator or contact International Student and Visitor Services, ISVS. Social Insurance Number, SIN. If you haven't already done so, please apply for your Social Insurance Number. This is a requirement for working in Canada and should only be shared with your employer upon receiving a job offer. You can visit Service Canada online for more information on applying for a SIN and review the Social Insurance Number fact sheet for important details on safeguarding your personal information. AW provides many opportunities to learn about how to apply and interview for positions, as well as how to navigate the next steps in your career. Let's recap what resources are available to you. Individual and group support. Participating in the career education associated with AW is very important to help you effectively navigate through and succeed in your work search. The career education offered in AW is intended to help you understand how to effectively translate your skills and experience to be a competitive applicant for job opportunities. AW offers a mix of individual advising sessions, which can be booked through Waitwell for things like resume reviews, mock interviews, or general job support, as well as group workshops and presentations, which help ensure your success in AW and in your postgraduate work search. Resume and cover letter reviews. Completing a resume and cover letter review with an AW team member is a mandatory requirement for being in AW. More importantly, It's a crucial step in ensuring that you are tailoring your work search documents to a Canadian job market. A resume and cover letter review appointment is designed to help you highlight your skills and qualifications to ensure that you stand out from other candidates, so please take the time to participate in at least one resume and cover letter review prior to applying for job opportunities. Please see your welcome email from your work experience coordinator for more details on booking a resume and cover letter review appointment. Let's discuss some important additional information about remaining eligible in AW and securing a work term. As a reminder, please complete the AW pre-employment course. The AW pre-employment Canvas course consists of 3 short modules, which include videos and notes that outline AW policies, procedures, and important information. Each module has a short quiz, which you will be required to complete to successfully continue in AW. This course must be completed by the deadline stated in Canvas in order for you to maintain enrollment in AW. AW Job Board. Once you have updated your immigration information in BearTracks and have applied for a SIN, you are ready to start applying for AW positions. As a reminder, once you have updated your immigration information, send a brief email to your work experience coordinator and we will update your AW Job Board access so you can begin applying for work term opportunities. Positions for international students. Most positions will be open to all students, both domestic and international. However, you will want to review job descriptions carefully for any restrictions that might restrict international students from applying. For example, over the spring and summer, you will see many roles from Canada Summer Jobs and other government-funded programs that are only open to domestic students due to the funding requirements. If you have questions about your eligibility for certain job opportunities, please contact your work experience coordinator. Interviews and confirmation of enrollment letter from AW when interview is secured. Once you have secured an interview for a work term opportunity, please contact your work experience coordinator to confirm your eligibility. It is required by the Government of Canada that you have a letter from your designated learning institution, DLI, that confirms the work placement is a requirement of your study program. Your work experience coordinator will provide you with a required confirmation letter. This letter will be addressed to the employer you are interviewing with and will outline that you are eligible to work and participate in an internship or co-op work opportunity with their organization for the duration in which they have posted. You are required to reach out to your work experience coordinator to request a new letter for every interview you secure. As a reminder, your work experience coordinator can also provide additional interview support and preparation resources to improve your interview skills. You can book a mock interview with your work experience coordinator in Waitwell. All students in AW who secure a work term are enrolled in a work experience course with the course code WKEXP. By joining AW and accessing the services, you are committing to being registered in a work experience course should you secure a work term, regardless of whether you found the position on the AW Job Board or through an external source. Your enrollment in WKEXP is considered full-time enrollment and is required for each work term you secure. Please note that these courses do not count towards the 120 academic units required for your degree. These courses are credit, non-credit, or CR/NC. Once registered in a WKEXP course, you will be considered a full-time student, even though you will be working and not taking academic courses. There will be no changes to your study permit status while you are on a work term, since you maintain your full-time student status. In addition, your relationship with the University of Alberta will remain the same while you are working, meaning that you can still access all services you have access to now, such as fitness facilities, public transit, mental health supports, the health center, etc. Once you have been enrolled in a WKEXP course, you will be assessed for tuition based on the tuition guarantee model. All tuition that is paid while on a work term is a payment towards your overall guaranteed tuition value. You can think of this as a prepayment or deposit for your future academic terms. What is important to note here is that going on a work term as an international student will not cost you additional tuition beyond what is stated in your tuition guarantee. Again, all tuition payments made while on your work term will go toward your overall tuition costs so that in your final academic terms, you may not owe tuition but only non-instructional fees for the remaining courses required for completion of your degree. However, keep in mind that in extending your degree, you should also think about additional living expenses you may incur as you continue your studies in Canada. If you have received a renewable scholarship from the University of Alberta, please note that your eligibility to receive your renewals is not impacted by completing a work term, but could alter the payment schedule for your scholarship funds. Please contact your work experience coordinator if you have any questions about your scholarship eligibility in AW. You can find additional details on the WKEXP tuition outlined in the AW Student Handbook. To further highlight the costs associated with being an international student in AW, we will review this example of what tuition and timelines may look like should you secure a work term that extends your degree completion. In this example, you can see the work terms and the sample costs highlighted in yellow in the spring-summer of Year 3 and the fall and winter terms of Year 4. In the spring-summer term of Year 4 and the remaining terms of Year 5, you will note that only non-instructional fees are required for the remaining academic terms in this example. Once again, as an international student, if you do go on a work term, you do not pay any more tuition than what is stated in your guarantee, as the guarantee is based on academic credits and work experience courses are credit non-credit or CRNC. The Office of the Registrar will adjust your tuition and fees in your academic terms, so you may not pay any tuition in your final semesters. The only additional fees you will pay are non-instructional fees for your remaining academic terms, roughly $500 to $1,000 depending on the term. If you have any concerns about this, please consult the tuition guarantee letter you received when you were admitted to the University of Alberta before contacting your work experience coordinator. Extending your study permit. Should you receive a work term offer, depending on the length of your work term, you may need to extend your study permit to accommodate the continuation of your academic studies. Please be aware of your study permit and passport expiry dates to ensure that you do not miss any important dates or deadlines. You can apply to extend your permit online or reach out to International Student and Visitor Services, ISVS, for more information. Requirements for permit extensions may change over the course of your time as a student in Canada, so be sure to connect with International Student and Visitor Services, ISVS, if you have any questions or concerns. This brings us to the end of the video. In order to stay in AW and to be eligible for work terms in the future, please ensure that you take note of the next steps. 1. Update your immigration information under Update Documents on BearTracks. 2. Once you have updated this information, email your work experience coordinator to receive access to the AW job board in Campus Bridge. 3. Complete the AW pre-employment course by the deadline outlined in Campus. 4. Book an appointment for a resume and cover letter review with an AW team member. 5. Inform your work experience coordinator of any interviews so they can issue you a confirmation of enrollment letter indicating you are eligible to work. Once you have completed steps 1 through 4, you can begin applying for jobs. Good luck! If you have any questions about any of the information presented in this video, please get in touch. You can always contact us via email at artsworkexperience@ualberta.ca or reach out directly to your work experience coordinator.